I got a phone call out of the blue last year, and it was about a coffee machine, and they asked me if I would be interested in purchasing a coffee machine. And I told them straight away. I said, well, look, actually, not really, I'm not interested. I said, I don't drink coffee, I said the only person that drinks coffee is my wife, which is not much, blah blah blah. And but anyway, they kept saying, well, this is a wonderful opportunity, such a great opportunity for you to get a coffee machine. It's a one in a lifetime opportunity, and it's a one-off payment. It's so cheap. And I thought, well, I've got a daughter that's just left home and she loves coffee. I thought, well, she could have it. It was $59 or something around about that, $59 payment. And what happens then is you get the coffee machine and some coffee from them. And with that, if you like the coffee and everything, you can repurchase more of them in the future. That's what it was all supposed to be. The coffee machine arrived with the coffee, but about a week later, another payment came off our credit card. And I thought it was just a mistake. So I spoke to Janine, my wife, and she said, oh, look, I'll phone them up and find out what's going on. Because we believed it was only the one payment from the start. And then another payment came off my credit card. So there's 3 payments came out off the credit card before we realised what was happening. So with that, I contacted the bank and they put a stop on cancelled my credit card. And from then it all started, where they said I'd entered into a verbal agreement on the phone, and I still owed them another further 7 payments.
Which added up to a total
of about $500. And the very first time I spoke to them, they said to me, "No, this you don't mind, sir, but this will be tape recorded for training purposes." And I said, "No, that's fine, no problems." So as we got into a dispute over what was actually said, I asked them, "Well, you did say me tell me that it was taped, the message was all taped, and I would like to listen to that." I said, because I know exactly what I did say, and I know exactly what was told to me. And I asked on about 3 or 4 occasions, is this a one-off payment? And I was told yes. And I said, this is just ridiculous, it's really too good to be true. And they said, yes, it is, but we expect you to buy more coffee from us in the future because it's such a great deal. When I inquired if I could hear the tape recording myself, they would not let me hear it. They would not. They made all sorts of excuses. And then after that, I started getting chased up by a debt collector. Phone calls, letter, lots of emails, and I received a letter. Basically, to me, seemed like a veiled threat, where they said that if we do not pay this sum immediately, somebody will be on our front door demanding the money. And that seriously scared my wife very much. My wife has said, oh look, just pay them the money, give the coffee machine away because we don't want it, but pay them the money, get them off our back. She's frightened of what's been said. And I believe that's their tactics. It's like a scare tactic to, you can imagine if that was, I mean, I'm not a young man, but if you imagine that it was a lot older person, they would be petrified. They would be really, really upset and petrified, you know, that somebody was going to be banging on their door demanding money, and, you know, just unbelievable. I just can't believe that people can get away with doing that. Nothing was ever signed. Nothing at all was ever signed. I never received any sort of contract. All I received was an invoice an invoice arrived, and the invoice was completely different to what we had previously spoken about. So that's when we decided, no, that we're not interested. We take it back. We don't want it. Just give us our money back. But the bank, they closed it straight down, and it was the fraud department at the bank that spoke to me and said, no, they can't do this, and they was the one that shut my card down. So they believed what was going on, and they said, it happens all the time. They've actually said that to me, this happens all the time.